Oh, alright, let's do a Throwback Thursday. Almost forgot. In keeping with last week's Throwback Thursday about arresting and deporting illegal aliens, this is going to be a story along that same line. And this is going to be titled, No Habla Ingles. Now, back in the day, we were allowed to arrest illegal aliens for nothing more than being in the country illegally. They don't do that today. Not every one I stopped was here in the country illegally. Some had green cards and student visas, work visas, things like that. Now, I knew enough Spanish at the time to ask them for their papers, you know, their identification, their name, you know, tell them to stop, put their hands up, and they were under arrest, you know, the main things you needed to know. But I was not fluent in Spanish. Now, a lot of times, I get these smart alecks down there that when you walked up to the car, first thing they'd say is, no habla inglés, thinking that would throw you off and you just let them go because you didn't speak Spanish. Well, I come up with a little trick to fix that problem. And I'll tell you about one instance in particular, which was basically the same thing I always did. Now, I was working second watch, it was nighttime, out down on El Cajon Boulevard, and I see a lowrider with about 4 guys in it blow right through a stop sign. So I pull them over for running the stop sign, and I walk up to the car and I ask them for their papers, you know, their identification and so forth. Well, the driver hands me his driver's license, which is a California driver's license. And, you know, I start to explain to him why I stopped him, and he comes up with, oh, no habla inglés. I go, oh, okay, you don't speak any English, huh? He goes, no habla inglés. I go, okay. Well, I walk on back to my car, so I'm not going to play this little game. And I run it for wants and warrants, and he didn't have any warrants out for him. Wasn't wanted for anything. So I went ahead and wrote up the ticket for running the stop sign. Now, here's the deal. He handed me a California driver's license. Back in those days, illegal aliens didn't get California driver's licenses unless they were forged. Now, if they were legal citizens, they could get California driver's licenses. This California driver's license didn't look like it was forged. It looked like a real license to me, so, you know, light bulb goes off my head. Aha, this guy's just dicking with me. He's actually a U.S. citizen, knows how to speak English. He's just screwing around. So I walk back up to his car, you know, hand him the ticket to sign, tell him he needs to sign it. He goes, no habla English. So I take my ticket book back, and I go, okay, well, I guess if you don't speak any English, then this must be a forged California driver's license, because if you went to school here in California, you could speak English. So that means you're an illegal alien. So I'm going to have to go call Border Patrol, have them come arrest you and deport you, and we're going to have to impound your car. Well, at this time, his little smirk on their faces kind of turned to a different look. Kind of like a oh shit look. Well, I walk on back to my patrol car, get my microphone out on the radio, and I didn't actually key it, but I pretend I'm calling dispatch. And in a loud enough voice for him to hear, I say, dispatch, I need Border Patrol to meet me at my location to take custody of 4 illegal alien detainees, and I need a tow truck to impound the vehicle. Well, he sticks his head out the window and all of a sudden, miraculously, starts speaking English. And he's yelling at me, officer, I'm sorry, I speak English, I apologize, I was just trying to mess with you, man, I'm sorry, I speak English. So I throw the microphone back in the car, walk on up there, and I go, oh, you do speak English? And he goes, yeah, and I go, well, where'd you go to school at? And, you know, he tells me, you know, long story short, turns out that he was born in California. Hello. Hiding in the shadows. I didn't see him. Had his radar gone up too. But I guess he didn't get me. Didn't want me. Because he ain't coming. So anyways, where was I on my story? Oh yeah. You know, and get all his information, you know, and then we're all having a nice little conversation. And I go ahead and hand me the ticket book to sign his ticket. And send him on his way. So that is how I started dealing with all these little pricks that would pull this trick on you that they didn't speak English. All you had to do is if you know, they didn't speak English and they didn't have no green card or work visas or student visas or anything like that, and they didn't have no California ID, then they was, oh, here comes the red and blue. They was automatically illegal aliens. And they were going to get arrested and deported, and their cars were going to get impounded. Oh good, he's not after me, he's after that SUV back there. Thank goodness, because I was doing about 75 when I went through there. That's why you need to pay attention to the speedometer while you're vlogging. So anyways, that was my story, and that's how I handled those little dickheads. And it was miraculous how many of them started speaking English when you went back there and pretended to get on the radio and call for the Border Patrol and a tow truck. Of course, nowadays that crap don't work because they don't let you arrest them just for being in the country illegally. Unless, of course, you're a federal Border Patrol ICE agent or whatever they call themselves nowadays. So if you liked my story, hit the like button, make a comment or two, subscribe, and come on again next week for another story. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.